travel is, like I said, literally non-existent. Nobody's going anywhere. Most people outside is open now, but people are just doing like necessary trips. So medicals, students, you hardly find anybody that was just holiday, because all the different rules and different things you have to go through to get to a country because you're going for a holiday. It's already a headache. So a lot of people are just staying back and probably waiting for a vaccine to come in and stuff like that, So that home thing that I did in March of 2019 has really been what in my entire business. That's what has been paying my salaries for my staff. That's what has literally been keeping us afloat. Because now people are not very comfortable with staying in hotels. They still want small spaces and they want to get up anyways. So that it has literally been a blessing. So, I'm not saying you have to do homes, but there's so many other things you can do that you can diversify. So if your core experiences and things like that, you definitely need to find something else to do. So just sit back and think of, there's so many things. I know Fumi, I don't know if you guys know Fumi of TVP Adventures. She created some sort of game, like fill in the blank, that's what it's called. It was like a game for people to entertain themselves, and I thought a brilliant idea because everybody was at home. People were literally thinking of what to do. People were losing their minds. And she created that. Another thing in the works for me as well is an educational flash for my child. It's not for my child, rather for kids. So I'm a mom. I have a 4, and I looked and I know how many toys and how many books and how educational material I bought for her during the pandemic. And I'm like, wait, hang on. I had an idea like 2 years ago that I wanted a travel culture themed flashcard for kids. I'm like, I think this is the best time for me to do this thing because kids are literally at home. Parents are spending crazy amount of money to just keep their kids entertained. It's not out yet, it's in the works, but hopefully by end of October, it should be out in the market. You know what I mean? Think about, I'm not saying, at the end of the day, all these different things that I've spoken about still kind of tie around the travel and tourism industry. Is too far away from what you're doing. Another example is Fiddle Trips. I know that they started doing like a logistics cargo type business, and I thought it was such a brilliant idea. When I saw the email pop up my mailing list, I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually quite nice to do. And I know that I have people that I use for my cargo and logistics business, but I patronize because I know that they're my people and everything, and more than ever, the people in the travel industry need all the love. You know what I mean? So if you sit down and think about like another product or service and offer to your already existing client, you should be fine. So speaking of already existing, like it's getting clients for your travel business, right? We have to harness on what we have already. For example, the homes arms of my business is called Casa Nomads. At least 60% of the people that patronize are people that have either gone on our trips or people that have always wanted to go on trips but haven't had the opportunity to go, or people that just love the brand and just want to pet the brand. You know what I mean? So for example, I have a friend, I'll call her a friend. She's always wanted to go on all our different trips, but the calendar has never worked for her, So when we started to advertise our homes and all that, she's like, I can't go on the Naija Nomads trip right now, but I'm going to stay in your houses. And she has stayed there at least 3 times, spent her money 3 times and stayed there 3 times because she was just tired of her house, a weekend here, 3 nights here, 1 week here, you know what I mean? So I feel like we need to harness on already existing clientele first, feed the people on your table, and then they're able to spread your word everywhere. And then obviously when you're giving them food, you have to give that is perfectly curated. You know what I mean? Like your content has to be on point. You're not just going to just give them anything to eat, So it has to be something that is of value. Feel like you're adding value to them as well. So Talking of value and giving them things of value or something that is perfectly curated, I'll give an example of when we wanted to actually launch our casa homes. So like I said, I had started with one, and then I have more which were mine. So the thing is, even the 5 more that we have, it doesn't belong to us. We're actually managing it for people. So it means we're offering a service and getting a percentage of that service. So obviously they had seen that, okay, you guys know your stuff, you're managing your homes properly, there's income coming in and all that. And they're like, okay, fine, we'll give you our houses to manage for us and charge a percentage. So I'm not putting in my money into anything. I'm giving you my expertise for a fee. So now I was talking about content, right? So we're trying to, I was talking about content for home. So when we're trying to launch our homes officially, when we're sure that, nobody was going anywhere in the next 3 months. The homes weren't really our main focus, right? But we now, more than ever, we need to focus on it and let people know that they exist. So when we started to, advertise and do stuff like that, it wasn't like the homes are here, come and book our homes. No, it was more of it was very, very intentional. Like, I don't like to do content that is very, very salesy, because I feel like it should just be an experience. Let people not know to sell them something, you know what I mean, but you're selling them something. So I'll give an example. So instead of us have 5 homes in this place, in this place, in that place, look at our homes and which homes match your personality. Because as much as possible, I try to tell my homeowners to give me something different from what's already in my portfolio. So for Casa Nomads, which is the very first one that I did, which is my own, is very, very artsy, very creative. There's like Instagrammable walls everywhere, popping that came in. I told the homeowner to make it very minimalist, very white, very gray, that kind of thing. The other ones, everything just has they all have like different characters. So we're able to look at it, say, oh, match your personality with your home, with our home rather. Are you a creative? Are you bougie? Are you an industrialist? Are you a mogul? Are you a gardener? Like that, And that post did so well that we had so many people, especially people that were stuck at that point. A lot of people were stuck in Nigeria. So people that were looking for long stays were just literally just booking the homes, and the homes got filled out. I was so shocked. I'm like, this is all we needed to do. Just do this kind of nice posts, beautifully decorated or beautifully designed rather, and then just promote it. And this is really all we needed to do. So it was quite an eye opener, for me and all that. So we just leveraged on that thing called, and then we just springboarded. The homes do 31 nights in a month, at least on the average 28 out of 30 nights, which, believe me, is great. Is so good. Like, I cannot even imagine. I'm thinking to myself, do I still want to go back to experiences tours? I'm not very sure, because at the end of the day, it is still my tours and experiences people that are booking the homes and telling people about the homes as well. Apart from, obviously, we leverage on platforms like Airbnb, Booking.com, and however, it is still our own people that are helping us spread the word and things like, once you give people excellent service in whatever, they know that if you decide to diversify your business, you will definitely give them excellent service in that aspect of your business. So yeah, so that's that. And then, so that's diversification. The second one, content already, but I feel like a lot of people don't realize how important the content game is. It is like whatever platform your business does best in, you just have to be on your game on that platform. For us, it's Instagram. Our Twitter is good and all that, but Instagram, because travel is feel like Instagram, your Instagram page should literally be everything. And you're amazed at the amount of opportunities that you can get from there. In this COVID, I know that at least 4 or 5 proposals for different things, from putting up insurance posts to putting up places where people can, hospitals reach out to us to put up posts on, I mean, the whole travel. I mean, I think when you come into Nigeria, you have to do like a COVID 7 days after, and then there are like a list of hospitals you're supposed to go to. So the center, oh, how much is your rate card? What you charge for a post and things like that. I didn't, there's some that, I mean, at the point that I came in, I wasn't very comfortable. I just couldn't think of a strategy. For example, at that point, I'm like, okay, you know what? Right now, sponsored posts is really not my thing for now. So I let some of it go. But the fact that those opportunities are there is because your page looks good. You know what I mean? So your page, your content has to be, your page has to look good. Now, and so with content now, for example, with content, you also have to stay on top of trends. I remember seeing that, I don't know if you guys saw that Eco Hotel ad with the Big Brother housemaking. And like, oh, Eco Hotel is open for business. I'm going to send them an email to let them know that, look here, I create content for you, invite us for to say, because Transcorp really did that with Naija Single Girl and Tosin Oyewole. I don't know if you guys know those two people. And when you're trying to approach an Eco Hotel, for example, because you know that their business, they did an amazing ad, that there's definitely some spending money somewhere in. So when you have an Eco Hotel, for example, then okay, you can offer for them, whether it's a weekend stay you want, or you want money, whatever it is, you throw all your cards on the go. And the first thing is look at your Instagram page or whatever medium your platform is best on. Do you understand? So if you approach them and you say, oh, trying to create content, blah, you put in all your, they're going to go there, and if it is crap they're saying there, they're not going to reach out to you. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I feel we should take creation extremely seriously. I said this thing now. And then, for example, nobody was going anywhere. Everybody was literally traveling virtually. They were traveling through our pages, traveling through our Instagram stories. That's how people were literally traveling. You could really made money out of content was really, really good. Speaking of traveling through things, there are virtual tours, for example. I remember somebody came to me and was asking me if I could do some sort of content for voters for them to put it on a platform and they were saying things like, oh, maybe climbing the hills and going to the cat gallery. I'm like, no, first of all, you need to think global when you're trying to create content. So if you're trying to create Nigerian content, if I go to Brazil, what do I want to see? If I go to Mexico, what do I want to see? Think about it that way, you know, and that's how you not apply it to Nigeria. With Nigeria, for example, I will to see somebody to make an ad gallery. No, I would rather want to see somebody making the ad itself. You know what I mean? Or something as basic as jollof rice. Believe me, we did a tour for Stanford last year, and when we did the itinerary, the one thing that they were excited about is learning how to make Nigerian fries. Believe me, what you make very basic is what people get excited about. You know what I mean? What makes you Nigerian? Think about it. That makes us Nigerian. Basket weaving, making jollof fries. All those experiences you go all over the world and pay for. So when they approached me about the virtual store thing and everything, and then I was like, no, you can't. That's not the. You know what I mean? This is the approach. And then if you're going to sell virtual tours, you cannot be selling virtual tours to Nigerians. You have to sell virtual to Nigerians who are interested in Nigerians or Africa as a whole. A good platform to sell virtual tours is Airbnb. They have Airbnb at home experience or virtual tours experiences already there. However, okay, no, I don't think I should have used Airbnb as an example because Nigerian experiences cannot be listed Airbnb for now. You know, but I was watching Airbnb experiences like a hawk because I was waiting for them to allow to Nigeria to drop down and I was to just throw in all sorts of different things, make it in my own house. So believe me, people are definitely going to, because those are the kind of things that people were paying for, you know, cooking at home and things like, you need to think like that. So if Airbnb is not the platform for you, because obviously they don't accept Nigerian experiences, there's that platform that you can look out for your virtual tours in there. But believe you don't have to, it doesn't have to be complicated. Basic things, that is what foreigners are going to tap into.